Yo-ho!
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Caught you unawares.
You did. I was actually trying to craft a joke about 9/11 there to put up on Twitter.
Oh, from Twitter.
Because we're recording on the anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah.
And I realised the Queen died so closely to the date of 9/11, not the actual 9/11, but the date of hell of a week.
What was it?
She died a couple of days ago. Well, like this 2-year anniversary of her death a couple of days ago.
I didn't see any fucking shit about it.
I don't imagine you follow many people that would be praising the Queen's
Yeah, but you know, I thought you'd have like an anniversary party. You know.
What? Like the 9/11 anniversary parties we throw every year.
We're having one after this.
We're both dressing up as a tower each.
I am double grey today.
Tower 1.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, that's very funny. Did you watch Trump last night saying that immigrants are eating dogs?
I actually haven't seen it. I've only seen well I logged into the old Twitter. The first thing it said, trending was cat litters. They're eating all the dogs now.
Very funny.
And I was like, all right.
I don't know if he specifically said. I think he says pets. I think they're eating pets. Like immigrants are moving in and eating the pets.
Fuck me, like.
I mean, like. As a strategy, it's bold.
If everything else has worked for him before, so I feel like this is not going to be. This is like it's so bad.
The pets.
What does he think? Like so,
It was a great dog. It was eaten. I saw its tail hanging out of a roll. It was an immigrant.
Out of a roll.
I could tell. Because it was spiced correctly. Not like Americans who eat bland pets. We don't season our pets, Ryan.
They thought Joe's fucking head was melted, but like this guy's always been melted. That's the problem.
Yeah. But Biden did a fuck up as well. I was just watching it while we were setting up the audio.
Fuck's sake.
He was talking about the press were asking him about his week and his plans ahead and his schedule, and he said, well, today I've got this, today and then tomorrow that, and then tomorrow I'm doing 9/11. Okay, Joe. I'm doing 9/11.
I'm doing 9/11. We're going for a rerun.
Acting like it's fucking Easter Sunday.
Americans always do that, never forget, and I'm always just like, I don't think anybody will. That's like the most spectacular thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Like spectacular ways, they're like never forget them. They,
Yeah. Aye, it's not a minor.
Yeah. Never forget World War II. Like, I think there's only been I think we're going to remember. You're like, oh, you're like, oh, what season was that? You're like, what are you talking about?
Fucking Godzilla attack. Better put a bookmark in this day. This seems to be one we shouldn't forget.
I don't want to forget the day the 2 airplanes obliterated the trade tower.
I don't want to forget the day the entire world was changed forever.
Fuck me, like that's such an American. It's like they're either too much or too little.
Yeah.
Never right.
I don't think it is. I don't think the sentiment of never forget is never forget the date and then it happened. I think it's never forget the victim. Always keep them in our hearts.
The fucking victims, they get praised enough. Sure, they're still doing parades about them out in Afghanistan.
No, I know.
Depends who you think the victims are.
Yeah, I always remember the victims, those brave Saudi boys.
I'm telling you, regardless of what you think, I don't want to get into the whole 9/11 bit, right? But it is the. Oh no, it is. We can.
Why would we on this?
It is. In fairness,
one day we can have an excuse to talk about 9/11.
But if there was one thing, like what a shot,
I think the times when we do, she's all that, or fucking Just Dance, and we managed to talk about 9/11 conspiracies. I think that's shoehorning it in. On the anniversary, I think we're all right.
We have to watch Remember Me. Then we should have done that.
What's that?
Do you ever see Remember Me? It's
No.
a romantic film with the dude from Twilight.
Oh, is that where at the end?
The last scene is just 9/11.
The last scene is him looking out and just seeing a plane coming towards the building. For me, that's fucking bold for
That
making
is
that like.
so bad. It's so funny. Like it completely. You're watching that film going, all right, this is a a trashy rom-com. Or not even a rom-com, just a romantic movie.
Aye.
And then the last scene's that, and you just leave going,
I mean,
well, that's funny.
You must like see if you were in that building at that. I mean, obviously, if you were below, you'd see stuff, and if you were above, you'd see even more. See if you were at the exact level of the plane coming in, and you looked out the window.
Yeah.
Part of you would go, "Fuck, that looks cool as fuck."
Aye. It'd be like, well, I didn't expect this today.
Grab one for your phone.
Live stream it. Do you think? I know someone that was supposed to be in Tower 2
Really?
that morning. Yep.
Who?
But they ended up being in economy. No, that's that. No.
Doesn't make any sense.
Try
whatsoever.
to make a joke saying that rather than because you always hear people going, I was supposed to be in the tower that morning, but
Yeah.
but I got held up or whatever. My joke was he wasn't meant to be in Tower 2. He was meant to be in economy in the airplane when it hit. So we're trying to word the joke.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does make
no,
sense.
because the plane went right through. So if he was, even if he was taking a shit in the toilet at the back of the plane, he would still end up in the tower.
Yeah, that's my point. So regardless, my point is, he ended up being in Tower 2 that morning by accident. You know.
No, you said.
Oh yeah, I
You
see what I said.
I know
I've worded
someone
it.
who was meant to be in Tower 2.
Yeah.
But they ended up in economy.
I
That doesn't
see.
make any sense
I see.
whatsoever.
I'm going to word this. And next week, oh my god, oh how we will laugh.
The lols.
Oh, how we will laugh. Was it Jesselnick had the one with the Jesselnick's joke was the one with the my mother should have been on my mother should have been on one of the towers in 9/11. I think. I think such a funny
Joke, the joke, because I do it, as I promise to do it every single year, is my joke was everyone always remembers where they were on 9/11. I certainly do. I was planting Saudi passports in the rubble.
That's actually funny because they wouldn't need passports in my head. I was like, why did they bring passports? I went, oh, yeah, to get on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
Saudi passports.
You're already hedging your bets about what you're doing. You don't want to get stopped with a for fuck's sake.
Do you think that's going to be the first thing too to do? Is just the first passports they find that aren't American, like Belgians. Gerd van Vandersloot has died here today. They're like, the fucking Belgians are after us.
It's why you would very rarely get, especially a British hijacker,
Why? Too polite.
because there's a bar at the airport. So it's like that. That's why the Muslim faith are the best at hijacking.
Because they don't drink.
They don't drink.
Oh.
They've got their wits about them. Like you can't be looking for the third man and he's in Witherspoon getting fucking hammered.
You're ringing her up like, is that Obama Slim Bladen? And he's like, that's. Are you drunk? Are you drunk? I must have played. I must have fight. You fucked this. You've absolutely fucked this.
You notice I'm drinking Ribena.
Yeah, what's that about?
When was the last time you had a Ribena?
I must have, teenage years.
Great drink. Really good.
You moved on from your pints of milk in the car to pints of Ribena?
I would say, this isn't a pint, it's just a bottle.
Okay.
500 mils.
Well, how much is in a pint?
This might be a pint.
It's 567, I think. So it's close.
What I would suggest for anyone who is thinking about Ribena for the first time, always full Ribena. Never go for Ribena sugar-free. Disgusting.
I wouldn't
Absolutely
do that.
disgusting.
I wouldn't do sugar-free anything.
Utter shite.
Sugar-free anything. No.
This Ribena still hits the spot.
Okay.
Really, really good.
You know, Robinson's diluting orange juice gives me asthma. Did I ever tell you this?
No.
Well, it's a funny thing here. 'Cause they were like, don't buy Robinson's. There's something in Robinson orange juice that gives me asthma. By the way, speaking of health thing, just before this, I did my pre-surgery. I'm going down. I'm going under.
You're not getting
going
the face off.
I'm going down. Not not sure yet. They haven't got the MRI results. They're just going for the surgery. So they prepped me for basically both situations.
What does that involve? Like, what's a pre-surgery then?
They just sat me down first of all and asked me questions like, you do this, do you have that, do you have asthma, what drugs do you take, do you fucking blah, blah, blah. Have you ever had family stuff? And then they were like, have to fast, like the night before and all that type of shit. And then they're like, don't be, you'll be under general anesthetic, you're going fully under. And I was like, all right. And then they were like, so that means for 24 hours, like, you're going to have to fucking cancel the Cardiff Glee now, because they were like, oh, you're in the general anesthetic, you'll be like that for a few days, so we can't travel and stuff. And even that, your jaw's going to be fucked. And I went, I
think they mean you can't drive. You could probably
No,
travel.
they said not to travel on that, because
Really?
I asked, would I be able to do the gigs that weekend? They were like, highly, and it's because your jaw might be also kind of fucked.
I would have done it. It would have been funny.
He was like, don't operate heavy machinery, and she goes, that also includes kettles.
Yeah.
Because people keep burning themselves, obviously, into the general anesthetic.
Do you not operate heavy machinery? Well, I guess I won't be taking a piss then.
And she went, oh, stop. Oh, stop.
Stop. Also get it out.
Yeah.
What was that? God, I'm really worried about what you'll look like after having fasted for 12 hours. Fuck. You look so amazing.
We can't find the head. I can't find the head. If I have to get the face off one, that's me fucked for this podcast. I will have a scar there. It goes around the ear for some reason. It goes whoop, and then goes up here and then down here, and it peels like that. And then
but you'll be left with a visible scar, right?
Yeah. I mean, a visible scar either way.
See, there's no way that you're ever not going to look like you haven't got that in a bar fight or something like that. That's always the thing. We see dudes with any kind of scarring or any kind of mark in your face. You go, someone's slashed you or someone's glassed you or something like that.
Yeah, I'm slowly looking. I think I'm slowly turning into the guy. He's not Scottish. He's got a Scottish name. I think he's American.
Dude for Sons of Anarchy.
Do you not know?
He's
in. No, I'm thinking he's in Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
The bald guy with all the scars in his face. That's what I'm slowly turning into.
Yeah.
His name was the character's name was Laszlo in the show.
You might pull it off, like.
And they're slowly becoming a Serbian sex trafficker, rather than just an Irish one.
Try to think what else I chat about. Dave Grohl.
Oh, I always find him cringy as fuck. Anyway. But anyway, whatever.
He's a weird one, man, because Dave Grohl has always held himself up as being like the.
That's what it is. It's kind of
nicest man in rock and roll, and it's very much like the thing we've talked about before about you never trust male feminists.
Yeah.
Overly feminist.
Yeah. Like the guy, the comedian that I know, not the main one, but the other one back in Ireland. Yeah. No, they're both Irish. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Overly, for the cause, and then it turns out he was the worst. But
it's a smoke screen.
It is, yeah.
And maybe that's what Dave Grohl's been doing for years.
Maybe I'm a really nice guy.
Maybe he's been pumping everything. That's the thing. At least we're honest. We're just pieces of shit.
So he is. Yeah, he really held himself up as He strikes me a guy that does it for the wrong reasons. That's harsh because he has been for a long time, but just very cringy. I feel like he's the one in the Make-A-Wish wards, and the kids are like, all right, we've had enough, man, go.
Yeah.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah.
No, selfie.
Yeah. I'm just glad Kurt Cobain's not around to see the news.
Oh, I'm glad Kurt Cobain wasn't around to see Foo Fighters, was he?
No, he wasn't. No.
Oh, fuck that. That's where I would have drawn the line. He probably shot himself then. I'm sorry, I'm not a Foo Fighters fan. Foo Fighters. Did you ever see that?
Foo Fighters.
That's the best. Walking.
So the way he did his statement, the statement comes across as a regular kind of, very much the kind of Jermaine Genius type status of, look, I'm really, really sorry I got caught here. Yeah. And I will try everything I can do. I will learn from this. I'll move on. But then the way he finishes it, as a lot of people have noticed, it's like he said it like a Premier League manager. Yeah. That have been put out the cup by a League Two side, right? It's like, we're grateful for your consideration towards all the children involved as we move forward together. Right? When we put this behind us, next week's we'll get back in the training ground, right? Me and the kids, and the wife, back in the training ground. We'll work the drills. We just need to get back to basics. That's what we need to do. We need to cut out the silly mistakes. Right?
Yeah, he's
We
such
need to
a.
remember what made us the team we are. Right? We've got a couple of kids coming back from injury. I'm not using that as an excuse. I never would. I'm going to use that as excuses. I'm not going to single out kids either. I'm not going to single out my wife's behaviour. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't throw someone under the bus. We win as a family. We lose as a family.
You blaming FFP. Financial fair play
As we move forward
is the
together.
reason I fucked that woman. What does it say? Fathered a child.
Yeah, I mean, he's either known about it for ages, or the way it does seem to me would be that he has had a shag and spree, and he's pumped somebody, and I will be, if we ever find out who it is, I will be gobsmacked if they're of the same age as him. I reckon at the very least it'll be 20 years younger.
You're going for Seinfeld?
Aye, I'm going. Well, he's in his 50s.
Oh, is he? Okay, right.
I reckon if she is above 30, I'll be stunned.
Yeah.
Right?
No, none of them do it.
No.
Keanu Reeves, it's the only one.
Aye, that's what a lot of people were saying again, but at least we still get Keanu Reeves.
Do you
Yeah,
reckon?
Keanu Reeves killed all those folk in John Wick.
Do you
He's no angel.
He's no fucking angel, man. What's he training for? Barry's movies. Do you think not John Wick? I think like not only Keanu Reeves. Can you imagine? I'm trying to think of someone else that would be John Cena. If John Cena turned out to be like a Holocaust.
Denier.
Not only a denier, he also partakes. Caused it and then denied it.
Just walking around a concentration camp going like that. And then an attitude adjustment on the boy in the striped pajamas.
That never happened. That never happened, Your Honor. All of it, or what you did? None of it. Was it us that were saying you could? Was it us that we talked about the fact that you have to go big if you're a denier of something?
No.
So my theory is you have to go big to be a denier. You couldn't be like a Rosa Parks denier. It has to be something way above the. You can't be like that. Rosa Parks never.
It has to be so inexplicable.
Yeah. It has. You can't just say Rosa Parks. That never happened. She never existed. It has to be the entire 6 million people didn't die. It has to be like, well, the moon doesn't exist.
Rosa Parks denier.
Aye, you can't be like.
Just on the day on the silver lies.
Lies. She couldn't afford a bus.
Picking up diagrams of a fake seat on a bus. As you can see here, that specific model never had such a seat. Bringing up the schedule. How, I put it to you, how could she catch such a bus when it's a 14-minute walk from where she was there to
So
now?
it'd be so funny if he was just so racist to you about thing. She was probably in some sort of barber shop, shooting the shit, rolling dice. How could she have made it to the 14 bus? It's a white neighborhood. That's great.
I built 3 wardrobes yesterday.
Oh shit!
So
Right?
manly, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, building yourself into a closet.
They are. They were IKEA, but still, people go like they are IKEA, but like sometimes IKEA does come with. Sometimes you're actually now when build them.
when IKEA comes out, sometimes and you're like, okay, this isn't easy. I thought this was going to be just the little what do you call the little wooden things, and you just stick it all together.
Dowel,
I know they are a dowel.
Dowels the things you put in it, so there's wee holes in each.
Aye,
two
okay.
things, so
Is
you
that the
attach
dowel?
2 bits of wood together with a dowel. Sometimes you put wood glue in
So
each
I
one.
thought it was something else. I didn't know it was a dowel. Did you do woodwork at school?
Yeah.
I see. My teacher was called Rambo. Right, he was. He used to play for Donegal, which happens with all our school. Like you didn't. I don't even know if he was qualified. You know, like for example, my metalwork teacher was. Which is my metalwork teacher was also like the head of the Donegal board. That's why so everybody just gets involved, gets jobs. But in my head, I was like, they keep going, you just do woodwork and metalwork, and I'm like, that's the one you need to know what you're doing rather than fuck a thing.
You can bluff French.
You can, yeah.
Aye.
It's so funny.
If you're getting
This
kids,
is gibberish.
if you're getting kids to use a bandsaw,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need to have a certain level of expertise.
We had a religion teacher, in fairness. That's fine. He did religion. That guy was just a football coach.
Aye.
You know, and he's threatened the kids to crucify them and all. It was great. He was so much fun. He used to have a little tiny cross, and he's like, anytime anyone would talk, he'd point at it and go, "You're going up on the cross."
And going up on the cross.
You're going up on the cross if you
Threatening
get
crucifixion for fucking hell.
He's quite funny though.
I was quickly say about IKEA. I learnt a thing. Amy told me about this week.
It's not the meatballs thing, is it?
No. This is their advertised. So the reason IKEA became so massive, right, is quite ingenious. And Guinness did exactly the same thing, right? So in terms of marketing themselves, they took what was their weakness and made it the biggest positive, right? So the main problem people had with IKEA is you need to build it yourself.
Yeah.
Right? But then they did their marketing and advertising in such a way that it made people feel like they were part of their... They were investing in the process of building the furniture, right? They had put themselves in the manufacture and the building of their own furniture, right? Okay. So they made people think that. Guinness, main problem with Guinness is how long it takes to pour a pint. Guinness advertising strategy, good things come to those who wait.
Okay. So is this like Nando's then?
They make it seem like that you waiting for Guinness is worth it because what you're going to get at the end is far superior to anything else you're going to get
over the bar.
So, but that, I mean, it's still a problem. It's still a thing where folk go, for fuck, I've got to wait how long for a fucking pint of Guinness?
Yeah.
So you need to, it's quite an ingenious way to get people on board with a product.
So it's Nando's, that's what I have.
What's Nando's thing? Finger looking good?
No, they make you... They make you go up to the counter.
They don't use that as
they give you the glass and go get your own fucking drink. I'm like, what am I paying for here? You
have to do a lot in Nando's, don't you?
I fucking hate it. What's your table number? I'm like, this is all your jobs. I fucking hate Nando's. This is why I keep getting them. It's so like I get it. You get the food, you're like, great, cool. But a chicken for 14 quid, but whatever, it's still nice. But they're like, you walk up, you have to have the fucking order, then you have to have it ready as well, or they don't go like,
you can't what's your number? The app. To be fair,
can you order in an app?
I think you can order in
an app.
Well,
that makes it a bit better, but then they throw you an empty glass and go, machines out the back, go and get yourself ice.
But that's a bottomless drink, so
I don't give a fuck if it's bottomless. You bring me the bottomless drink, you fucking psychopath.
Then you can't.
Trying to whip out a fucking wok and do the chicken as well.
I would much prefer that because when you're on a plane, right? Technically, if you're on a long haul flight,
Ryan, that's what you're going to try next. You can drive this thing,
but you can get as many drinks as you want, right?
Yeah,
it is limitless drinks on a plane. What stops you keeping getting them?
It's not limitless drinks.
It is.
It's as many as they can carry.
Like you can't. You can't. Limitless in terms of
flying
until you start walking about with your cock out. Like that's when you get cut off, right? So it is not limitless. There will be a limit, but the reason you don't go further than you should is the embarrassment that most people have of keeping ringing the wee bell and asking for another drink.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay.
You would get that in Nando's. So if anything, Nando's have making a mistake here by allowing you to do your own. Because I will happily go up 6-7 times in Nando's. Like I'm hydrated beyond belief when I'm in Nando's because I can go and pour it myself. Sometimes I'll go up with half and just go, fuck this old shit that I've had for 3 minutes and just throw it in the tray. Fresh one.
Yeah. Can you wash out that glass, please?
So I think that's good. It's like a buffet, like.
Okay, a buffet.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, right. But
what I never understood was hotel breakfasts.
Okay.
Right? So you get unlimited hotel breakfast, right? So it's a buffet. You can go up as many times as you want, right? That's fine. Why have hotel breakfasts never graduated beyond the tiny wee glasses for juice?
What's that about?
Because most of the time I will have a hotel breakfast, right? Is either when I'm on holiday or I'm away gigging.
Yeah.
Right? 9 times out of 10. I'm going to that breakfast hungover because I'm on holiday or I'm gigging, right? That is when I'm going to need as much of that juice as possible.
Yeah.
So why do I have to do it in like
Yeah, I
thimble
neck
full
it
of
up there.
fucking shot. You're essentially shot
do-
in orange juice.
Do you do that? Like I neck
I'll
it, neck
can.
it at it, neck
Can
like
a few and then
bring it down.
Aye,
Yeah,
aye,
it's so funny.
Well, folk are waiting and you're like that. You're like a fucking Mexican bartender in a western. You're like lining them up and like yeah.
Orange juice slammers.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't know why not just give big glasses?
Yeah.
It's not like the coffee and the tea comes in mugs. Why can't you give? Do you know what I mean? There's another thing, right? Do you
Okay,
find
yeah,
do you find it weird?
yeah.
Someone told me this, right? That they find it bizarre that I will drink likes of orange juice and stuff out of a mug. They were arguing that mugs are strictly for tea and coffee,
I wouldn't find it weird. I wouldn't comment on it.
and then glasses
I get
are
it.
what you would have milk, orange juice, diluted juice in.
that is right. But also at the same time, I mean, if I don't have a glass ready, I'm drinking it out of a cup.
I think we have about 4 glasses in our entire house, and the rest of it's just mugs.
We didn't. We stole a load, but
Stole the glasses.
stole a load of glasses recently.
Where?
I can't even tell you, but it's fringe related.
Yes.
So funny. I was like, we need glasses badly.
Is there a company that rhymes with Thunderfell? Lack a lot of glasses.
No, that actually really, they were dumping them all.
They were dumping a lot of glasses.
Not, they were, they have to get rid of a load of fucking shit at the end of their, when they're moving, because it's not like they're going to be like, well, we'll bring it down to London. They're like,
I suppose.
yeah, so basically, we didn't really, just stopped it from going to the recycling plant. I was like, no, I'll take it down.
I'll take it down.
I'll take it down.
The glasses.
I'll take it the glasses. Yeah, now it's great. Now I have glasses out the wazoo. I only had one. I only had like 2 glasses, and one was badly chipped. So even if it was the second person, you're like, might get bloody lips here.
Aye. Now you've got hundreds of glasses.
Now I am. It's unbelievable in there. It's unbelievable. I set them up, make it look like I'm in a mirror maze. There's only one effect though.
Right, let's get to this week's fucking film.
What? Sorry, what rampant hoe that you knew that made me sweat this?
It's my sister-in-law.
I didn't remember, so I just want to call her a rampant hoe.
Yeah, I hate her as well now.
I'm
I've
quite
never
glad.
Seen this film. I
I'm
don't
quite.
think you'd ever seen this
No,
film.
I'm quite glad we watched it. Like, not for the podcast. For the podcast, yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go out here and say this is the worst film we've watched.
Do you know what I was thinking about this?
Because
I think it might be.
Because I preferred the core.
I just we still get Sex and the City 2 sitting
Oh
there, so-
no, that's right. No, actually, you know what? Sex and the City 2 might have been.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
It's up there.
It's Sex and the City 2. It's in the top 3.
Bad. I thought this was the first Brad Pitt film we were watched, and then I realised we did True Romance as well, and he's in that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But it's the first
Actual Brad Pitt.
The first actual Brad Pitt led film.
Is there a first Hopkins?
The first Hopkins, aye.
But
it's our second Claire Forlani.
What else?
She's in The Rock. She's Connery's daughter in The Rock.
Fuck's sake. I didn't actually know her name. I had to Google it.
It's our first Jeremy Tambor.
The first Jeremy Tambor. By the way, Jeffrey, who I was like, I wonder, is that Jeremy Tambor?
Yeah.
The first time, is it not Jeffrey Tambor?
Jeffrey Tambor, sorry.
And then I was like, he looks like Dr. Phil.
He does. I thought it was Dr. See, when at the start,
I was
he's
like,
running across the grass. I thought it was Dr. Phil as well.
I was like, Dr. Phil's in the house. Yeah.
That's amazing, that it?
Yeah. I was like, he just looks bang on like Dr. Phil. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's Dr. Phil? Right.
So
Can we just, yes, do the premise.
the plot of this film, which I found to be quite hard to pin down, is essentially... The plot is essentially death himself. Anthony Hopkins plays a media mogul who
A nice one.
A nice one, yeah. Yeah, who's about to die. But then he must have dark. There's no one gets that high up, which he clearly is in the media world, without being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's literally impossible. A media conglomerate.
Yeah, he's gonna die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when death himself, or itself, or whatever you want to say, death, the entity of death comes to take him. Death then decides that death is going to hang about on Earth for a bit just to see what we're up to, and that's it. And then death falls in love with his daughter.
Yeah,
That's it.
and then death happens to take over Brad Pitt's body.
Yes.
Who's a guy that the daughter happened to have met that day.
Yes.
And he isn't.
See, that's what I'm going to ask you about.
He doesn't know, because there's a few times he's just like,
Does he take over that body because here's what I don't so Claire Forlani meets she's going out with this fucking douchebag that works for Hopkins.
Yeah.
She then very, very quickly forgets about him. Like the immediate
Dad talks to him. I was like, you didn't shagging this guy.
Aye, and then meets Brad Pitt in a coffee shop and immediately falls for Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt then dies in a scene that we'll talk about later on.
We'll get through the scenes.
We can't gloss over how
you can't even before that
mental a fucking scene that is.
Yeah.
But then
I think it was because you're going to ask, does Death purposely choose that guy which is so much sinister?
And then why does he choose? Does he choose it because it's Brad Pitt? First of all, does he choose it because he goes, that's the hottest man on earth? I might as well have that fucking body. If it's between him and some old cunt that's just fallen out of a tree, you're going,
an old man that fell out of a tree.
So was Brad Pitt going to die anyway? Right?
Yeah.
And he then thought, right, I'll have his body. Or does he look at Brad Pitt and go, I'm now purposefully going to kill this guy so I can take his body?
I don't think he does. I think it's just bad writing. Because when she goes, you again, he just looks like, what? He kind of is like, who are you? Death doesn't know who she is. It's the first time she sees she. So he doesn't know who she is. She's shocked.
Right, okay.
So that means it's an outrageous that he happened to choose the son or that dude, which is the fuck it and falls.
It is just coincidental.
Coincidentally,
he's the next guy. When Death decides that he wants to have a laugh about an Earth, it's just a coincidence.
He might have chose Brad Pitt
as the next one that's died.
He might have chose Brad Pitt himself because he's good. Look, fuck it, it's Death.
Aye.
But I don't think he purposely did it to get at her.
Right.
Is my point. He might have chosen Brad Pitt just because fuck it.
I mean, Death. Just to tell you, Death obviously takes over Brad Pitt's body because he can't be walking about as fucking Death. Because then people will ask questions.
This film's dog shit.
Yeah.
This film makes no sense.
No.
And all it was questions.
Yeah.
Right. Also, if Brad Pitt, we'll get to each scene or we'll go through the thing, right? But as well, another thing is, if Brad Pitt died and then is walking around, I'm sure it would have been news in that town. The guy that's got killed. This
is one of the main things.
Nobody has brought up the fact that this dude's walking around still.
Also, when he comes back, because at the end he decides to give Brad Pitt his body back and reincarnate him.
Yeah, he just drops him off at the party.
But he's then going to find out that he's died.
Yeah.
So
Where were you
when he goes to, like, I don't know, take money out of the cash machine, use his card, hand his license over to the police if he ever gets stopped. They'll be like, you died.
Your mum said, we had a funeral.
Yeah. What he phones his fucking family. They're going, what?
Where were you?
Like,
I woke up at a party.
There's no question. He's very, very calm about waking up dressed in a tuxedo at this incredibly
rich
party.
Yeah, he'd be like, did you just drug me and do some rich thing that made me run around the estate and hunt me?
But also, when he does...
I would have checked my arsehole if I was him. That's the first thing I would have checked.
When he does arrive at the party, right, Hopkins' body is just over that bridge. Lying there. She doesn't even...
We have to go through this as well, right? We have to explain this to explain how it's thing, right? So we just go for that death scene at the end, right? Because it doesn't... This is going to be all over the place, right?
Yeah.
We'll just go by random scenes.
Much like the film.
Right. It really is. And but the horror when I turned it on and saw a 3-hour runtime. This is a 45-minute max.
That's the biggest crime of this entire film.
Jesus
3 fucking hours. There's a cut that exists. There's only because even the studio, when this is fucking ridiculous. So when they released it in DVD, on some DVDs, and when they show it in planes, it's only 2 hours long.
Okay.
And they just cut out everything to do with the business merger and the business takeover.
Sure.
Which I was like, to be honest,
It was the only part.
It's the only bit I quite liked.
Yeah, it was. It was like a really shit Succession.
Yeah.
But it's so like. So the very end scene basically is Deaf Joe is about to take him after Anthony Hopkins' birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how they do that is Anthony Hopkins kind of says goodbye to his daughter. Kind of,
Yeah.
she's kind of like knows what's kind of going on
Yeah.
for some reason, and then they walk over a bridge in the distance, right?
Yeah.
So they walk over, and that's just implying that Anthony Hopkins has just died.
Yeah.
And then
Joe Black.
Meet Joe, the original dude, Joe Black.
His name's just his name's not Meet Joe Black.
Yeah. Meet Joe Black comes over the heck. Joe Black, the new one, the reincarnated one, comes back over the bridge.
Yeah.
So I mean, Deaf and Hopkins is dead. So what you're implying was, which is what I thought too, was the daughter walks up, meets Joe Black, but her dead dad is over the top of the bridge. His body has to be lying there.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he's had a heart attack because he nearly has a heart attack at the start, and that's when he
Yeah.
first realizes that death's coming for him.
Yeah.
So-
the heart attack started talking to him. You little pussy, aren't you, Anthony?
Yeah. So what? And then see at the start when the death just keeps going, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And-
And that's all he says, yes. I was like, see if the man from Del Monte comes around here.
He wasn't like that, by the way, when he got into the body. He wasn't running going, like, yes,
I know,
fucking
I
die,
know.
you little rat. And plus, what that was some heart attack. He was literally being thrown about.
Yeah.
He went, and like leaped across the thing. And I'm like,
if he has had a heart attack across this bridge,
he never
she then
walks up.
This is a power, and I'm going to talk about this quite a lot, how hot and good looking Brad Pitt actually is. She is so smitten by how good looking he is that she quite happily will leave her dad starting decomposing across that bridge. Not even thinking, do you know what? It has just happened. There is a slight chance if we get paramedics here, he might get resuscitated. Right?
Yeah.
There is a slight chance. If you're in that much shock, I reckon if you found out your anyone you loved died a mere minute and a half earlier, you'd have a bash at CPR.
Yeah.
And
Anything.
you'd do something. But no, she says, better get back to this fucking party then. Which means the next day, some poor fucking prick that's been hired.
They're all had his birthday as well.
Staff.
Yeah.
He's going to be cleaning up this party. So they're going to be out going, there's party poppers, hats, oh, there's a chicken leg. Oh, Christ, look at all these smashed glasses. Oh, there's the owner of the house and man who the party was for, dead, right?
The gardener runs over him with the run-on lawnmower.
What the fuck?
Oh, there's another thing as well. What Def's actually done is just give Joe, the original Joe Black, back, right? Joe Bloggs, we'll call him, right?
Aye.
So Joe Bloggs comes back, right? And Joe Bloggs, he's just set him up for murder.
Yes.
When the police would come, like, the guy that's been hanging around is
Yeah.
now, and you can't pull the Def thing,
The
and then
guy I don't even know the fucking time frame of this film, right?
he went missing for.
But the guy...
No, they didn't really. We're not clear about the
an
time frame at all.
indeterminate amount of time. Apparently now has faked his own death. Then somehow got himself involved in this fucking incredibly complicated and intricate, but also billion-dollar business merger.
Yeah.
Then impersonates a fucking IRS, which is also a felony.
Yeah.
And is then the last person seen
Walking
away
over-
from a dead man.
Walking over a bridge with the dead man and then coming back over and going, oh, I remember nothing. And the daughter's like, let's get you some anchovies.
So ridiculous.
None of it. That was the ending scene. And all the while big fireworks are happening.
Oh, the fact that this, because I had to look, I was like, is this supposed to be a horror film? No. Is it supposed to be a thriller? No. You look
Romance.
up romantic comedy, right?
Comedy?
Comedy, there's fuck all. Right,
There's no comedy.
There's no
That's
comedy.
it. I
in
thought it was a romance film. I don't know.
Well, romantic drama.
Where the fuck's the comedy?
But there's no romance in it either.
No, not really.
But that's how it's dressed up.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's the most bizarre.
The romance is like Death tricks a woman to shag her.
Well,
we'll get into that. We'll get into. Right. Well,
Wait, first of all, do you know? So the guy that directed this is a guy called Martin Brest.
Right. Fuck's sake. Right, Martin Titties.
Right, Martin Brest.
Titty
right.
Martin.
Now, I don't know if you know much about Martin Brest.
Martin the Cheb Breast. You know him well.
Right. Do you know much about Martin Brest?
Nothing.
Right, okay. So I'll get his filmography up. It's the most bizarre fucking filmography.
Is this going to be something like? It's going to be like The Hollow Man and Norbert.
It's not. It's weird. Right. So Martin Brest's filmography. Right. Interesting. He's actually interesting. Oh, this is interesting. On his Wikipedia, he is actually one of a triplet of directors. Martin Brest. His brothers are called Martin Legg and Martin Wing.
Fuck off, man. You fucking wanker. The penny just.
I don't know which one you prefer.
The pen is
Ryan,
dependent.
But I don't know if you're a breast man.
You're a fucking wank. The penny dropped it off.
Literally just came to me there.
You fucking.
Right. So
It's fucking
right,
wank.
he does a couple of short films when he's a student in New York, right? First major film, Beverly Hills Cop, right? Fucking banging it right out of the park. One of the best comedies of all time.
Right.
An incredibly good film, Beverly Hills Cop, right?
Yeah.
You follow that up with Midnight Run, right? Which again is a phenomenal film.
Yeah.
De Niro, Charles Grodin, fucking brilliant film, right? Then, so there's 4 years between those two. Then there's another 4 years, and he makes Scent of a Woman. Right? Which I think is shite.
That's weird.
But very critically acclaimed.
Yeah, that's the Pacino one.
Pacino gets the Oscar for it, right?
Yeah, it's not good enough, but it's still better.
Then another 6 years.
This is quite good, but I sent a woman about it now when you say this.
Makes this piece of shit.
Okay.
Right? Then leaves it another 5 years, and his final film was the Affleck and Jennifer Lopez film Gigli.
Oh,
You know the bit where she pretends her minge is a turkey?
Oh,
she was like, it's turkey time, gobble gobble. Like,
never
you ever seen? Do you not know about that scene?
no.
It's when Affleck and Lopez were first going out. Right?
Okay.
They made a film together. I've never seen it. I don't know what it's about. I don't know, but apparently it's awful. Right?
Okay, it sounds-
and there is a scene that you'll see that's come up a lot on YouTube where basically she's trying to seduce Ben Affleck on the bed, and she starts like opening her legs, and she goes, "You know what time it is?" And he goes, "What?" And she goes, "Turkey time." And then he goes, "What?" And she fucking full opens her legs, and she goes, "Gobble gobble."
Oh, imagine handing Jennifer Lopez that script. Go on, get into character for that, please.
Jesus Christ! It's
Gobble, gobble.
He's made fuck all
No,
sense.
no wonder every picture you see of Ben Affleck's outside of fucking like a coffee and a fag, like looking like you hadn't
The
slept.
horrors he's seen.
Yeah, they're back. They broke up again, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, have they? It's just like so. We're gonna have to quick with this because we don't have much time, and I realise we are putting
Oh, yeah,
fucking massive apologies as well. The fact that these podcasts are getting longer and longer every time.
Well, right. So we go from the start, right? So she meets fucking dude in a coffee shop,
Yes.
right? And this is how this is how she kind of falls for him. They do things like he gives her a coffee, and they both make the coffee the same. They go like,
Yeah.
milk and sugar, and they both go. I'm like, that's not enough to be like, oh, fucking,
I know.
you put butter on your bread?
yeah.
We better fucking shag.
You drink out of a mug as well. Oh my God, we're meant to be.
And they both went for milk, for tea, or coffee, and went,
You stir yours with a spoon.
yeah, oh, God.
No, I'm a cock. Relationship over.
There's a 1 in 3 chance she was going to fall in love with anybody she looked at. If that was
That's the criteria.
anybody in a coffee shop, somebody have a coffee.
She is thick as fucking mince.
Oh,
She is. I've always like. I know her from this and The Rock, and she's also one of the girlfriends in Mallrats, the Kevin Smith film,
okay.
right? Now, she's incredibly attractive.
strange.
Actress.
She is attractive,
Yeah,
but
Claire Forlani. She always looks like she's about to
fierce.
always looks like she's about to burst into tears.
Okay.
At all times.
Okay, right, yeah.
Right? but she is, in terms of a character, thick as fucking mince in this.
Yeah.
Like, beyond, like, clearly has had a terrible upbringing, probably because her dad never, even though it's made out that she was massively the favourite daughter, clearly didn't have much time with her. That's why she's fallen in love with death.
Yeah, it's not a good one for a father. Sure.
But she, so gullible. The amount of shit that she just seems to accept any explanation for anything.
So there was. Right, yes. So there is also a thing, and it's not even just her in the film, which another massive plot hole, which is kind of into this, is that Death goes to Anthony Hopkins and he says it to, like, don't tell her, Susan is it her name is, or something. Don't tell Susan or don't tell me, I will have to kill you if you tell anyone I am Death. As if anybody's going to believe him.
Yeah. But also, you're going to kill me anyway.
You're going to kill me anyway, that's the thing. But this thing about saying, like, he's like, don't you fucking tell him. If Brad Pitt and them media things just went, I am Death. Or if he went, he's deaf. Nobody's going to...
Sorry, you're deaf? You're deaf. You're fucking deaf.
That makes a lot of sense. No.
It's just that... the coffee scene's a pile of shit.
Right, yeah. And then, so then they break up. This is what I want to do. So they don't break up. They walk their separate ways.
Yes.
And it's so fucking funny. Like 5 times when one looks around, the other's walking.
Yeah.
And when the other continues their walk, the other one would look around. But it happens like 5 times and they stop. So by the 5th time they both turn around or look around, they must be like, God, that cunt's really slow at walking.
Yeah.
Because they're not actually getting that far.
Why are you not a mile away by this point?
Yeah, why are you both not? You're both like 20 meters because you keep turning around just to happen to be the wrong time.
And then he gets.
You can tell what happens here because this is.
He gets mauled by cars. So I knew he got killed in a stupid way, and I knew he got hit by a car. I didn't know that. I assumed it would be a very quick Final Destination-esque.
Yeah.
He turns
Cut to black.
He turns around to look at her, and then a fucking truck mows her down. Right?
And she didn't, by the way. She was still on the road. She didn't turn around at all. Just heard the commotion of what had just happened.
Tires screeching, people screaming, nothing, right? So he crosses the road.
Yeah.
And then there's the fake out of someone almost bumps into him.
Yeah.
Because he's not paying attention. Right? Now, I don't know what kind of maniacs are driving on this fucking road.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense.
But they're coming at a rate of knots.
Yeah.
Right?
In the middle of a city.
Yeah, which is, and quite a populated street as well. There's a lot of people crossing.
Yeah.
So you'd think you'd think from both points of view, you'd think once he has almost been hit, he'd wise up and start going, I need to start paying more attention to this road. You'd also think anyone coming towards him would see him nearly getting hit and go, this fucking daft good looking cunt can't cross the road properly.
Yeah.
I better watch out for him. He almost gets hit, then turns round, then a car mows into him, flips him up on top of another car that then moves into him.
Coming the opposite way.
Like, he does like 3 spins in the air and gets fucking mollified on this street. It's mental. And like you say, that kind of accident would be known. I don't care how. I know obviously these rich folk are going to be detached from reality. I think even that would break into their knowledge.
They're in an estate, but that's a small. It looked like I don't know if it was a city they were in, like, because he's in an estate. So I feel like that would be the only news in that town.
Yeah.
Plus, so Death takes for the body. Does the body just disappear from the morgue and in perfect condition?
Yeah.
You know.
Aye. So then some bastard's getting dragged over the coals because he's lost a body.
Yeah. Where the fuck did that? It was a good-looking chap.
Aye.
Have you been banging the bodies again, Dave?
Does this also mean that once the person dies, they go back to having the body they had? Because if that, right, like. There's very few accidents you hear of where someone's been run over by 2 cars going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Right. There's very few accidents that involve cars volleying a body between them. Like, not many bodies are involved in a fucking rally.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
car rally.
So his body is going to be done in, absolutely done in. Yet he turns up immaculate. So does that mean that the bodies just go back to the state that they were in? That
would be so good if he gave him back his life, and when he came back over the thing, he was just all mangled. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Are you fucking kidding me? That's so good. Absolutely pieces.
And then when he turns up to the house, the scene where he gets taught how to
so
eat
funny.
reminded me of you in restaurants.
I have a real problem with this, right? First of all, isn't Death not meant to have been like a fallen angel? So he was a human
Yes.
at one stage, so he would know how to eat,
Yes.
first of all. Second of all, he really, for a guy, it seemed to be that was like somebody, and I'm sorry for saying this word. It seemed to be the entire thing is like, we gotta make Death retarded, bro. Right? That was what
I wasn't gonna use that. I was gonna use special needs, but why? Why does he need? Why
make him so like?
Whose choice was that?
He's already looking at Earth because he's sitting there going like, "You fucking."
Aye.
He knows how to use the knife because he's watching people all the
Yeah.
time dying. He's sitting there going like, "You go fucking die, you heart attack."
Well, he's an entity that has been around people
Yeah.
for longer than the Earth has existed. If he is death,
If he's that one or
So
whatever.
he has a knowledge base that doesn't match anyone living, yet doesn't know how to eat, has never heard of peanut butter, not as if a fucking clue what peanut butter is.
can successfully fucking become an IRS agent when
Yeah,
it's needed.
yeah, yeah.
Really fucking toss that up.
Yeah.
Like one
Oh.
minute he can't eat you and he's sitting licking peanut butter trying to fucking do that. Next minute he's like, I am an IRS agent and your funds are.
Aye. I mean, the peanut butter is class. We're not slagging off peanut butter. I fucking love
I
peanut
hate
butter.
peanut butter.
Oh god,
I genuinely have I can't.
and do you know what? I'd never even eaten it until a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
And then when I
No,
first ate it,
never.
I was like, Jesus, I've been missing out.
Yeah, no, never.
But
So
yes, I don't know who's made the choice. Is it the director or is it Brad Pitt that has made the choice to play Death as if he's got special needs?
yeah, he makes him like, and also, but this is easily Brad Pitt's worst ever acting
He's
job.
fucking awful in
He's
this.
so difficult.
Absolutely
Like,
awful.
we also have the Hail Mary funny, but that most people are probably waiting for.
Even when he's playing
Yeah.
the guy that's not Death, he's shite.
Yeah, he makes it. He's like empty behind the eyes. He
Yeah.
makes him like constantly in awe or constantly in wonderment.
Like
You know?
a child.
Yeah, it's
He's
fucking
like
weird.
a child the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah. I love. Oh, you don't believe in true love as well? Wow, we're the same.
I have it. So
Yeah.
I think the way, if you would ever question the writers or the director over how much Death gets away with in this, and I think the way I would explain it in the terms of all plot holes and stuff, and the way I would explain why Death does what he does is you can get away and explain away everything if you're good looking.
Okay. Yeah. That's why he chose him.
You see it in life,
Yeah.
right? We have seen.
I have no worries.
I have seen. We have to try. Me and you have to try in life, right? Milo doesn't.
Yeah.
See some of the shit he gets away with.
Piece of shit.
Fucking spitting in a woman's face once. An old woman as well. But that's true. Like the amount of shit comedians I have seen on stage get away with the most basic, banal humour, but they're good looking, so people fucking lap it up.
Yeah.
The behaviour of some folk that I have seen to the opposite sex that they have got away with, I always say, if you were doing what you're doing now and it was some gremlin type fucking creature, an ugly man, that would have been called out fucking ages ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people, now, I only see it, men do it as well. You'll accept shitey behaviour from a hot lassie.
Okay, yeah.
I think women are worse. I think women accept a lot more from men if they're good looking.
Okay. Yeah, okay, right.
I think you can get away with being an absolute atrocious human if you are good looking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Hitler was gorgeous.
But that's the thing, he never got away with it.
Yeah, he didn't, yeah. Stalin was good looking.
Who? Stalin?
Yeah.
Was he?
You ever see Stalin's early pictures?
I've not seen his early work.
His early work was, but everyone always talked about Stalin being good looking. Ridiculous when he was younger, because there's a big famous picture of him naked went around the internet and stuff. I wasn't going through his early thing, going fuck, fuck me. Dictators when they were hotties. My new book.
More like communist.
Communist. Fuck's sake. I did appreciate. I've never seen a film by the way. We saw where I've saw death come inside the daughter of a CEO of a media conglomerate.
No, and very quickly as well.
No,
Death does
well,
not.
he was. It's been a while.
Aye. I wonder. I wonder if that is the reason. Do you think that's the first time Death's had sex?
Yeah. No, he's a virgin. It looked like it looked like that's
It's
what they were
very,
going with.
very, very quick ejaculation.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can tell in his face that might be the.
Yeah, he's like, oh, and believe me, you're going to want to flush that out.
There's almost. I wonder what he comes.
Yeah. Probably. I like to think black ink.
Black ink, like an octopus or a
Yeah.
squid. I like to think it's like a wee.
Ectoplasm.
No, like a wee flying harridan. You know, like when he comes, it's just this wee like flying devil angel.
Like a pig with a rocket on the back.
You know the monkeys in Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
I would like to think that death ejaculates flying monkeys.
No, did you know Darth Vader's dead?
Yes. Oh, we've got to talk about that.
Nothing else. Nothing to it.
No, James Earl Jones, unless you're worried we're actually talking about the real Darth Vader who...
Yeah. I actually thought it was Quincy Jones that played Darth Vader for a long time.
I thought it was Grace.
Grace Jones. There you go. Yeah, so you think that it's like little monkeys running up inside her?
Listen, right, there is no way that this family are surviving after this film ends.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Because the other daughter, she's already an absolute neurotic mess because Hopkins even pretty much admits that he prefers the other daughter, right? So she's fucked.
Yeah.
So she's spent her entire life craving the acceptance of her dad to then find him the next day decomposing on the bottom of a bridge, having been left overnight to the elements. That's going to throw her fucked, right? Claire Forlani she's in a mental hospital within a week.
Yeah.
Right? Because, first of all, the main thing is, she is going to have to come to terms with the fact that she has had sex with death.
Yeah.
Because she knows at the end, she knows that he was something else. She says, you're now someone else.
Yeah, so she now has to go, I just banged.
Basically pieces it
death.
together that obviously that this person has taken away her dad. He's died. So there's a good chance he's death. Now, I get that she's excited to see Brad Pitt again. But the next morning you're waking up and going, death came inside me.
Yeah, and under false pretenses, really.
Yeah. I mean, death comes to everyone. But
I love the way he was weeping like a bitch. Like the entity of death was sitting crying under the fireworks display. Like,
I know.
I had to leave Claire Forlani around.
It is sexual assault.
It is, obviously. Yeah.
And you can't really...
Textbook.
Like, it is. This is why how's this a romantic... How's this a romantic film? A guy... I mean, I know he's death, right? We can't really talk about the guy's morals here. But he has sex with a woman under the pretense of being someone else. It's like, what's that like?
We have
like
another...
If you were having sex with someone, right, and you blindfolded them...
Yeah.
And then tagged in your pal who's appeared from the cupboard.
Yeah.
She still thinks she's having sex with you.
Yeah.
But she's having sex with a completely different person. That is exactly the same as what death does to her here.
Yes, what we're saying here is this film would have been a romantic comedy if you took the first 7 minutes and then the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
But the 2 hours and 50 minutes where it was all rape.
Yes.
Where the devil raped this woman. The death raped this woman.
Yeah.
It really took this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it did add.
I mean, it's not like...
It's not really funny either. So it's not romantic comedy. They haven't really covered either.
It's not the most immediately enticing film title, Meet Joe Black.
Yeah. Do you know it was a prequel?
I think Death Rapes Everyone would have been...
Yeah, it would have been...
I don't think it would have done as well at the box office.
Death Rapes All.
Death Rapes Woman.
Claire they just name her, the actress's name. Yeah, this is a prequel. Did you know this too? To Meet the Parents. Come on now. Now we have still got the Hollywood scene, the biggest one of all.
Oh yeah, but very quickly, I'm going to tell you something very quickly because this film was really successful.
Yeah.
This film made a lot of money at the box office.
Yeah.
But do you want to know why?
Why?
So, this was one of the only films in America that was selected to show before it the trailer for The Phantom Menace. Right? So, The Phantom Menace was coming out the year after. When the weekend this was released was the same weekend they were releasing the trailer for The Phantom Menace.
So people are...
Now, this was pre-internet, so people couldn't watch it on YouTube or anything like that. So I remember seeing the Phantom Menace trailer for the first time and going, fucking hell, like a new Star Wars film was a huge thing. The first Star Wars film since early 80s. So people purposely would buy tickets to go and see this film, watch the trailer, and then
fuck off.
And that's how it did so well in the box office.
That's so funny.
Like that, if you go on YouTube, there are clips of people in the cinema watching this, and then as soon as the Phantom Menace trailer finishes, they just fuck off out the cinema and never have to watch this piece of shit.
Thank
I
God.
applaud all of those people.
Yeah, 3 hours too.
Yeah.
The right call. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Absolute genius.
Before the big part too, there is a part where Dr. Phil turns around in the board meeting and just tells everyone that he likes little girls.
yeah.
Or that was the dinner.
That was very, 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 very strange.
No need. Yeah, he looked forlongingly. No, but
so one of the worst sex scenes I've ever seen. Just before we get to the worst bit, I'm just going to check I've not done anything.
Yeah.
Right, one of the worst sex scenes I've ever seen. There's a scene where
everything's too clear.
Yeah.
Filmed clean and fucking
bright daylight.
Yeah. Like a lot of these fucking lights right up in their face. It felt the whole way through.
Yeah. It also goes on for that scene's about 7 minutes long.
No,
It really fucking pissed me off, right? So I was watching this last night in bed, and I was like, I'm so tired. I need to finish this, right? And then he said, him and Hopkins and Death have an argument, and he says, right, okay, it's time to do it. And he's like, we'll do it after the party tomorrow. So I was like, right, he's dying tomorrow. All we need to do is get through this fucking party. I looked, there was 55 minutes left. And I was like, how? What the fuck happens at this party that's going to take 55 fucking minutes?
It was so the runtimes. The runtime's so bad. It's just so bad. Anthony Hopkins is pretty good in it.
He is,
you know, and everyone else is just fucking everyone else.
Aye, apart from that, right, there's a scene where he picks the cake for his birthday. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
There's also a really shitey thing that I read on the internet, right? Do you know why the writer chose the guy's name in this? So Hopkins' name is called Bill
Parrish.
Bill Parrish. So William Parrish, Will Parrish. And he chose it because it's almost Will Perish. He was foreshadowing from the act that Will Perish. What a fucking load of shite.
That's so shite.
Fuck off.
Will Perish?
Fuck off. Right.
Now,
Scene.
Let's set it up. What
The main
happens
scene
here?
Why Katie, my sister-in-law, asked us to watch this film.
And I love it. And I'd actually have seen this scene before. I didn't know it was this film. I'd kind of like, you know, I think I've seen it once before ages ago. But right. So he goes into the hospital to just meet her.
She's a doctor.
She's a doctor. He just goes in to meet her one day for the fuck of it. She takes a lot of time off for a doctor, by the way.
Yeah. She's never at the hospital.
Never once at the hospital. But she fucking like, she sees a Jamaican, there's a Jamaican old woman. He sees a Jamaican old woman, right? And she's dying or in the hospital.
She got cancer. She's got
a tumor. She's on the way out, right? And what happens exactly? Because I know what he says, but I don't.
She
says
freaked out at him.
She looks at him and panics
and says something. Says and like clearly what is a Jamaican word for like a spectre or death.
Yeah. So basically, they're trying to say, "Oh, do you know Jamaicans are like they're witch doctors?"
Aye.
That's essentially what they kind of give out.
Yeah.
The old Jamaican one. Well, she's going to know all about the spirits.
Yeah. Full Jamaican accent, like Shaggy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like Shaggy. Like.
And then for some reason, again, must have been a directorial issue, he could have talked he could have talked in his normal voice. She's not speaking.
A
She's not
different
speaking another language.
She's
just
speaking English.
Jamaican patois.
Yeah.
She's still speaking English. Everyone can still understand everything she's saying. There's no reason for him to then reply to her in a Jamaican accent.
We're going to have to do it.
Right, you do. Right. So the line is, "Don't worry, sister. Everything's going to be all right."
Anyway,
Right.
Don't worry, sister. Everything's going to be all right.
Don't worry, sister. Everything can be Ari.
Ari. Mr. Ari.
Ari. Oh,
It's like
fucking hell.
it's spectacular. It's like shocking when you watch it.
Jesus.
It's like because it's for no reason. It doesn't even fit in the film. Nothing. Like that's the comedy, I suppose. They were like, let's just make him mad.
There's no reason. See, if she had spoken in another accent,
And you think the daughter would have decked him?
aye, but so if she'd spoken in another accent, right, and him being deaf, presumably would know every accent. If she'd spoken Cantonese, if she'd spoken French,
He could,
right?
yeah.
He then answered in French. The mother's daughter who wheels her in and the doctor would have both gone, how the fuck is he speaking fluent French?
Yeah.
And then you would go, but of course he's deaf. And that might have added an element of confusion in her going, there's something not quite right about this guy. Because why would he know fluent French? To then, if she'd said, Mon Dieu, it is death itself. And he then goes, no need to worry, mon cher. Everything is going to be... mwah."
That's what the doctor said to me.
It's ignorant.
It's
insulting.
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Oh, Tiddly Ryan, you want your wee tumour out?
Who the fuck mimics someone's accent the first time they speak to them?
It's such what I want to do as well. The whitest guy in the world, even gleaming white in this film.
He's whiter than he normally is.
Yeah,
in this
and
film.
then they were like, everything gonna be alright.
He's proper Aryan.
Yeah.
Like Hitler Youth in this film.
Everything gonna be alright.
Everything gonna be alright.
And then she fucking just,
She just accepts it.
she
after
just
that.
calms down, and the daughter just kind of goes, oh.
That seems perfectly normal.
And then he meets her later again, and again, just flies into it. Starts doing it again with the fucking accent.
It's one of the wildest scenes.
Yeah, if it ever, yeah.
You just
Why?
you wonder
How?
This is what people in Hollywood are totally, I think, out of the loop in terms of normal behaviour, because they at no point
That was not. By the way,
a
this is the night.
director-
There wasn't okay in the 90s too. This isn't
no,
like a.
or anyone say you'd think Brad Pitt would go,
Yeah.
sure about this. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
do we really need to do it in the act? Like, do we need to do the accent? Like, we can do the whole scene. Right, this film's already weird as fuck anyway.
Yeah,
do we
yeah.
really need to do... And the director might have gone, do you know what? I don't know why that was written down. I don't know why that was a stupid thing. There must have been some people on that set going,
Yeah.
are they doing this?
Do you remember the- No, Brad. It's Ari.
No else. Don't pronounce the L. I. It's always just like two vowels. I.
Oh my god! Like it just, and then he comes back and kills her, right? But it's meant to be nice. He calms her down. So her last vision on Earth was seeing Death, who she knew was deaf, going, "Oh, you'll be soon up with Bob Marley." Like, fucking, I think I'm all right here. Like, send me downstairs. Send me downstairs. That's fucking insane. I don't even know. She's Rastafarian then, maybe. I don't know if they... She might be just Christian, in fairness.
Jamaican, yeah.
But...
She be well, a Catholic. Jamaica Catholic, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they have, I think, Christian, and they have mostly Rastafarian, but Rastafarian religion's quite... Like, it's quite homophobic religion, and it's quite...
That scene is after she's gone, no, me want to go over to other side with you. And he goes, no, sister, I cannot go. I'm in love with the doctor lady. She gonna bogle me. And then, but you go now, I put you to sleep now. And then if we put her to sleep, if he just turned to the camera and just went, they call me Mr. Bombastic.
Fuck's sake. Mr. Bombastic.
Right, I need to go because I need to pick up the kids.
I need to pick up the kids. It's a good reason of any to end the podcast.
Yes. Plugs very quickly. No plugs. Oh,
I don't have plugs.
I'm going to be recording my Fringe show at Blackfriars. Probably going to be October the 13th.
Lovely.
But I will update everyone with that. Give us reviews, 5 stars, all that
Same
kind of
shit.
shit. Next week.
I
For
forgot. I don't have it with me.
Right, that's all right. I didn't have mine last week.
That's all right. Oh god, this is an odd one. I'm gonna have to change it because I need the DVD. No, let's do it.
Right.
It's a film called Death Train.
For fuck's sake, Death Train.
It's a film called Death. I found this and I fucking screamed laughing. It stars Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yes.
Death Train, 1993. Look at this.
Oh yes.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh yes.
And James and Pierce Brosnan. I found it for £1. It looks an American made-for-television film starring Christopher Lee, Patrick Stewart, and Pierce Brosnan.
My God.
And Alistair MacLean did the screenplay. I've never heard of this fucking film.
Alistair MacLean's like one of my favourite authors.
He's wrote the screenplay,
amazing.
so it's Death Train. I've never heard of this film. All these stars are in it. People are like, I'm like, what has happened to this film? So Death Train.
So Captain Picard, Dracula, and James Bond star in Death Train.
I could not. When I found it, I was like, I cannot not buy this.
That's excellent. Oh well, next week, Death Train. Thank you very much indeed for listening, and I hope you all have a good week. And listen, remember, if you don't worry, everything's gonna be alright.